I can't believe we're here in 2023 talking about Teen Wolf. Someone has to do it, and that someone has to be me. Why? Why, you might ask? Because I was there, Gandalf. I was there 1,000 years ago, when Teen Wolf was still on air. I watched it religiously. I spent money going to conventions. I can't believe I'm putting this out there on the internet. I went to Teen Wolf conventions. There are pictures. I'm not lying. I met some of the cast. I made some great friends. So I feel like I am the appropriate person to talk about this. And I'm so sorry that I watched this movie. This was garbage. This movie was garbage. And I know everyone is saying, like, what did you expect? It's a Teen Wolf movie. Filmed when none of the cast has been a teen for like decades now. It should just be called Senior Wolf at this point. And yet, somehow, I thought we were at least going to get some type of story, some type of writing. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know who the target audience is for this. I don't know what they were thinking. Except for everyone involved wanted to get a paycheck, I think. I think they all had a vacation planned to go to Hawaii or something, and they all wanted to get some money fast. And I don't blame them. I can't blame them, honestly. But was it worth it? Think about it. Was it really worth it? I think that Dylan and Arden are somewhere out there in the universe just enjoying their day, enjoying their life, saying to themselves, thank fuck I wasn't in this movie. And they are right. So many choices were made. So many choices were made. And I honestly believe that the writers just wrote a bunch of stuff on a bunch of papers. They just threw it up in the air, and whatever they could grab, they put into this movie. Okay, so I don't remember a lot of it, thankfully. But let's get through the stuff that I remember and that's haunting me. Some stuff is how are the effects worse than they were, what was it, like 8 years ago? 10 years ago? When did the first season come out? How are the effects worse than they were when it was an MTV show from 10 years ago? What are we doing? What are we doing? And it was noticeable. Like, honestly, I'm the last person who's going to make comments about, or at least I think so. I really don't care that much, you know? But it was just atrocious. It was in your face. It was offensive. The effects were offensive. Every time they had the glowing eyes, it just looked insane. I feel like I might try to do the effects on my eyes now and see if it looks any better. But how did we get here? And then there was one scene at a pivotal moment in the fight. The big fight was happening, and like Lydia did her banshee scream and it sounded like crap. The Nogitsune's voice was like badly distorted. He, like my friend said, he just sounded like some guy. He just sounded like some geezer, you know? You already did this. You already did all of these effects. How are they worse this time around? What happened? Honestly, I'm baffled, you guys. That's why I want to talk about this. There are no words to describe it. So we have this pivotal moment, and Lydia has her banshee scream, and it sounds horrendous. Then there's this like special effect where there's these shadows or something, and it looks like ass, and I literally went like, what is this? It completely took me out. I don't know how they let this happen. Who let this go out like that? That's what I'm saying. They just, like, you're not going to tell me they cared about this. Stop it. You put this out and you care about anything. You put this out and this was not a money grab. Please. I mean, they bring the tired Nogitsune plot because that's all everyone ever talks about when they talk about Teen Wolf. They talk about Dylan O'Brien, they talk about the Nogitsune storyline in season 3B, which, I mean, yeah, it was good because Dylan O'Brien can act. That's why. Like, you're not going to bring that back without him. That makes zero sense. Honestly, I told my friend, I was like, I wish Dylan would have come back just to see the madness, you know, just to see the comparison, like right there with someone who can act and people who can. Or like just I mean, they didn't have anything to work with also, let's be honest. They were trying to make the best of whatever like crappy script they were given, so I can't really blame the actors. Where was I going? I just skipped throughout the whole thing. But so the movie starts and it makes no sense, and we're like in someplace, it doesn't matter, none of it matters, and there's this guy with a hoodie who walks in and it's all like, ooh, you know, or like, I don't know, is it supposed to be blue? They already lost me. I was like, is this what we're doing in the year of our Lord and Savior George R.R. Martin? Are we having like some guy in a hoodie show up and be like, ooh? It's stupid. They have the ghost of the Nogitsune in a jar. It's stupid. And he escapes, and like the bad guy all along, I'm going to spoil you anyway, you don't care, you don't want to see this. You know who the bad guy in the hoodie was? Fucking Mr. Harris? Their fucking chemistry, biology, I don't fucking know, teacher from way back when, and he is out for revenge, but he died in season 3. He died in season 3A. I even remember that. Did the writers just forget he died? No explanation. I mean, things happen in this movie. Characters show up. Dead characters show up. No explanation given. You don't need one. It doesn't matter. So Mr. Harris is out for revenge because, I mean, honestly, this was the most... If anyone has ever had a teacher that really hates them in high school, this was the most relatable plot point. This made the most sense, to be honest. I'm sure there are teachers out there who hated me, who would come back from the dead to seek revenge. Oh yeah, and they're allowed to curse now. You know, because characters just curse randomly. And it sounds about as stupid as you might imagine. It sounds as like, you know, we're allowed to do it now, so let's do it for no reason. You know, Jeff Davis, how about you write a fucking good movie for a change, huh? That would be exciting. That would be surprising. How about you just fucking write something good for a change? How about that? And they're also allowed to have nudity, because that's what we all wanted out of Teen Wolf. We wanted cursing and we wanted more actual nudity. Whatever I was thinking, this is my thing, whatever I was thinking going into this movie, I wasn't expecting so many naked butts. I was like, what is happening? I think that's the first thing I actually wrote to my friend when I was like, this movie, naked butts for some reason, all over the place. Why? I don't know. That's what Jeff Davis thought we were excited for. That's why we came to see this movie. Where were we? Where were we? Blah blah blah. I mean, every introduction of every character is like so blah. I mean, like, they bring back all of the old cast from like the earlier seasons, and like every time one of them shows up, there's like this you know, dramatic shot of them, but it's not really well done. It's just awkward, and there's this like music in the background. It's like, it's them, and then they're just like, is this what we're doing now? They couldn't have them, like, I don't know, they literally show up. It's like a CW show. It's probably just, to be honest, it's probably not acting. It's probably just the actors realizing they're in a Teen Wolf movie and they're like, crap, I'm back here again, I guess. And then there are characters that are brought back who literally have nothing to do. There's no reason for these characters to be here, except for they were in the original show, I guess, and now they're here, but they have zero stuff to do. So they just comment on things that happen, and like, what were they doing here? What is their purpose? Like, you put these characters into this movie, but you forgot to give them a storyline. You know, that's how writing goes. It's like when you create Sims characters and you just drop them and you're like, just do whatever, you know, just go do something. And honestly, you know what? I could have written a better Teen Wolf movie. I know I could have. They should have called me for help. And I already had like the perfect plot to get everyone together. I already had the perfect first scene. Like, go with me here. I save this movie. So all of the characters are together at a funeral, and it's basically the beginning of the third Bridget Jones diary. But it's Peter Hale who has died. And all the characters, it's the perfect opportunity for all the characters to get back together, and they're like, oh, Uncle Peter, remember when he tried to kill us all? I miss him. And it would have been perfect. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I rather would have seen that movie, to be honest. And then in the end, he probably didn't die, you know? He shows up and you can do the dramatic CW reveal, and he's just like, I'm back, bitches. They should have called me. I'm still here, Teen Wolf writers. I'm still here. If you need me, leave a comment. Derek has a son. It's not explained who his mother is. I think he just found him on the side of the road somewhere, you know. But his son has the personality of Styles because you know why? Because, yeah, I mean, Allison gets brought back. I was like, the whole point of this weird Nogitsune plotline is that Allison returns. Honestly, this entire plot is like that scene from Star Wars that I don't think I watched that movie, but I think I just know it through the memes, you know? Somehow Palpatine has returned. And this is the exact same thing. Somehow the Nogitsune has returned. Somehow Allison has returned. It makes zero sense. It's just stupid. I mean, at this point, Jeff Davis should really get an award for the most convoluted storylines of all time. And that's saying something. He did the same with Criminal Minds. It's like torturing your characters, giving them trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma is not writing. I don't know what it is, but it should be illegal. Blah, blah, blah. Stuff happens that I don't remember, and then they have this big fight. For some fucking reason, the Nogitsune turns into this like ugly CGI demon thing monster, and it's about as funny as you can imagine. And then they all of a sudden decide that the only way to kill it is for Parrish to set it on fire, but he can't do it unless Derek holds it, and then he sets them both on fire. Imagine writing a character who lost his entire family in a fire, who has been through hell and back. You've already given him any type of trauma you can possibly imagine at this point, and then you end his character arc by setting him on fire and killing him in front of his son. I literally just I just literally went crazy just saying that. Also, my favorite part was when this very important character that we all care about and that all the other characters care about, and they see him as part of the family at this point. My favorite part was when this character was brutally murdered, basically, set on fire, died, and then all of the other characters were like, that was one hell of a fight, wasn't it? They were literally like, well, that was a day and a half. That was some day. Glad that's over with. Let's all go to the pub. Let's have a pint. And then Scott and Allison kiss. And it's all supposed to be one happy ending. Love that. Love good writing. I believe they're going to make a sequel, and if I can already guess what the sequel is going to be, it's going to be the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and it's going to be they're all going to go into hell, they're all going to get Derek back. That's what's going to happen. Heed my words. I don't know what else to say. Imagine listening to me tell you all of this and thinking that I probably made this up. And I didn't. I wish I had. I mean, if there's going to be a second movie, I'm obviously going to watch it because, you know, I'm a masochist. If I have to suffer, you're going to suffer, so then I can make another video about it and complain to you all. Oh gosh. Can't wait to hear your favorite part of the movie in the comments. Let me know. Was it the butts? Was it the swearing? Was it the characters standing around doing nothing because they don't have a storyline? There's so much to choose from. Anyway, I'm gonna go and watch something good now.